Infestation update. Traveling to the planet Calibus with Kirk and Spock to receive a humanitarian award, Dr. McCoy makes a startling discovery when they make planetfall. The entire world's population has been infected by a zombie virus. The search for a cure quickly escalates into a struggle for survival as the Enterprise veterans, holed up in an abandoned laboratory, are besieged on all sides.
Jim, we can't kill these colonists. There still might be a chance to cure them. I sympathize, Doctor, but we may be running out of options. How's that door coming along, Mr. Spock? I am working as quickly as possible, Admiral. I am attempting not to engage further security measures. Spock! Spock! The door, Mr. Spock. Working on it. Ah. Let's go, Bones. Thank God. Good work, Spock. We were cutting it pretty close there. This doorway was not designed to hold off a determined army, Admiral. Will not hold for long. Well then, it appears we haven't much time. Let's look around, see if we can find an office or computer station to help us find out what was going on at this facility. This way. I'd say this is what we're looking for. Check the computers. Let's get all the information we can. We need to find out more about this disease, or at least find a way to hold out until the Enterprise gets here. Now accessing the system's databanks, Admiral. Spock, did you see that? See what, Doctor? That computer was looking at you. Really, Doctor, you may be letting our current predicament cloud your judgment. It's very unlikely that...
Greetings.
Fascinating. Jim, get over here.
Allow me to introduce myself. My designation is 37. I am an articulated artificial intelligence unit designed by Robert Durant Williams. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. Please forgive me if my communication with you is awkward or difficult to follow. I have rarely had occasion to speak to humans other than my creator.
Your manner of communication is quite understandable. How is it that this facility continues to have power while the rest of the colony has gone dark? And what can you tell us of the disease that has swept the colonists?
This research facility contains a small independent power generator, built and maintained by my creator. I have kept the power supply running to keep the systems here operational, in the hope of attracting the attention of a rescue party of such type. May I assume you are here to help?
I hope so. I'm Admiral James Kirk of the Federation Starship Enterprise. This is Commander Spock and Dr. Leonard McCoy. We arrived here for a visit and were surprised to see all of the colonists stricken by the disease. Can you tell us more about what happened? Any information you can provide might help Dr. McCoy come up with some answers. Tell us more about your creator. Your construction and intelligence suggest an advanced knowledge of cybernetics.
Certainly, I will attempt to answer all your questions. I will start by telling you of my creation. Our creator, Williams, had devoted his life to the study of artificial intelligence. While he was proud of creating androids like myself, he felt that we would never fit into human society. He wanted to create androids that seemed more like human beings. He came here hoping to finally realize his dream of creating the perfect synthesis of robotics and humanity. It was his vision that a more human robot would allow people to more easily adapt to the notion of a lifeless automatons interacting with them, to better accept them and not react out of fear or distrust. To that end, our creator began experimenting with the infusion of human DNA into his robots as neurological maps in the hope of creating this more human robot. Time and again he failed. Until she arrived. She called herself Brit and said she had been sent to help with his work. She was rather vague about the details, but our creator barely seemed to notice. At first, it seemed they were making great progress, but when the work was complete, rather than the creation of more human robots, the robots instead carried some sort of hybrid cybernetic human infection. Soon, all the colonists had become infected with the virus, left more dead than alive. All but Brit. They have breached the outer perimeter. Come, we must hurry. This way leads to our creator's lab. It's the most secure, defensible space in the facility.
37. What happened to your creator? Can he help us?
I will show him to you. He is in fact quite nearby. Our creator.
Dear God.
We could not allow him to hurt himself. The laboratory itself is this way, gentlemen. I hope you will find it adequate for your needs.
Well, will you look at that? Fascinating. 37. Can you show me your creator's central memory banks and workstation? Jim, it's all here, everything, all the data that this Brit character fed to Williams. I think I can reverse engineer whatever's been done to these poor devils. Well then, what are we waiting for, Bones? Time to get to work. Curious findings in the laboratory databanks, Admiral. It appears that this Brit has been transmitting vast amounts of technological data to an unknown recipient. However, I have been unable to determine precisely where it was being sent. Transmissions appear to simply cease at a given point in space. Admiral? I hear you, Mr. Spock. You seem distracted. I was just thinking about Imai and Barnes and Padilla. I've had men die under my command. Good men. The risks are understood. I've taken those risks myself. We all have. But to be relegated to this kind of existence, this kind of a fate beyond death, and yet denied any sort of true rest, I can't think of much worse. Then get over here and lend me a hand, because this old country doctor just may have found a cure for the walking dead. Bones, is this a cure or some sort of torture device? Very funny. Don't worry, this will get the job done. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's try it on Williams.
I will turn off the shield. Fire your device when ready, Doctor.
It's working. He's getting better. He's going to be out for a while still, though. The transformation racks your body, and I have no idea if we'll ever be able to get him looking normal again. But the important thing is, it works. Now what?
I have some information that may add some urgency to our situation. I do not know where Brit has gone, but she periodically returns to attend to certain technologies she has established. If Brit follows her usual schedule, she'll be back here soon.
Our first priority has to be to cure all of her followers, so the odds against us aren't so tough. Bones, can you make enough of the serum to cure everyone who's affected? Absolutely. All the chemical components I need are here. But having to shoot everyone with this needler gun is hardly the most efficient way to go about it. You know, Jim, with what I've learned from treating Williams, I can make an aerosol version that can be delivered through the atmosphere. It turns out that the amount of serum needed to effect a cure and reverse the transformation for each infected organism is surprisingly small. How could we deliver the dosage? Spock? It looks as though Williams was also conducting some basic satellite experiments in low orbit. With the equipment in the lab, I could build some crude rockets. They could launch payloads of the serum into the atmosphere for aerial distribution. I think we have some work to do. I'll say this, Jim. This is the biggest prescription I've ever filled. How's it coming, Spock? Adequately, Admiral, provided we have enough time to finish before... Uh-oh, we have company. Bones, get over here with that needle gun. You couldn't build 2 of those guns? It's not like I've had a lot of free time, Admiral. Besides, I was focusing on Spock's great rocket plan. You're doing fine, Bones. Keep shooting. You failed to mention that I'd be our front line of defense in a war with walking corpses. Jim. What in blazes? Oh boy. Bones, you got this? Go already!
Who are you, little man? I saw through the eyes of my children that you'd hidden yourselves in here. You and your friends don't carry my mark. I thought there were none of you left.
My name is James Kirk, and you are...
I don't know what you think you're doing, but it cannot be permitted. We must be allowed to spread, to thrive.
Surely we can come to some sort of peaceful agreement. After all, we're both... Well, you're not human, that's for sure.
Is that any way to treat a lady?
Not good. Spock, where are we? Almost there, Admiral. Just another few minutes.
What? No. Whatever you're doing, I won't allow it.
We will not permit you to interfere. We can save our creator.
Out of my way.
Must protect.
Now, as for whatever it is you're up to. What have you done to me?
Just returning the favor. Come on!
You begin to annoy me, little man. It ends now, mortal.
Looks that way. Here we go. There it is. Congratulations, Bones. You just cured a planet. Thank you for all your help. I'm sorry that she somehow persuaded me to go along with all of this. I think you were under some form of duress at the time, Williams. The important thing is that you've returned to your senses. I do have some bad news about the serum, however. The serum cures the more drastic symptoms and returns the patient to sanity, but I wasn't able to reverse its physical effects. Furthermore, the virus is merely dormant, not fully eliminated. I'm afraid I have to declare General Order 7. All of the formerly infected colonists will have to stay here, under quarantine until a more effective cure is developed, and no contact can be allowed. That means you three, too, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I won't stop working on a cure, you hear? I won't forget about you. We understand, Doctor.
We'll take good care of your people, Dr. McCoy. After all, we owe all of you our lives.
Thank you for all your help.
37. I can't help but think how strange it is that your creator was so worried that you would be rejected by human society. I think Williams underestimates his robots. You may not look like humans, but what's inside is what matters. Dr. McCoy, Commander Spock, and I all considered it an honor to work side by side with you.
The honor was mine, Admiral.
I think maybe this experience has Williams reconsidering whether his robots aren't human enough. You ask me, of all the creatures we've encountered on this colony, that robot might have been the most human of all.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.